PPB.
Well, earlier today, Governor Perdue adjusted state revenue projections downward for the 09 fiscal year, increasing the current budget shortfall of $2.2 billion by an additional $450 million. Georgia will soon receive help from Washington with the signing of President Obama's stimulus bill. Lawmakers Valerie Edwards is live and reports on the future of those federal dollars here in Georgia. Valerie.
David, it's anticipated $6.6 billion will be headed our way from the nation's capital. Without providing specific details, the governor hinted his priorities will be health care, education, transportation, and public safety. What is known is that $465 million is targeted to help bridge the Medicare funding gap. And with the signing of House Bill 143, additional monies will go to funding the Homeowners Tax Relief Grant. And with the signing of House Bill 143, additional monies will go to funding the Homeowners Tax Relief Grant. But this will be the final year for the HTRG, a program the governor has described as ineffective.
I do believe it has degenerated into nothing more than a supplement to local governments, and local governments as a whole have taken their tax revenues increasing, plus the grants, and have grown larger by the year. Frankly, local governments, through the scheme that was set up in this HTRG, simply forced the state to shoulder most of the burden of the budgeting in lean and good times.
Here's a visual at what the governor is talking about. And this information comes from the governor's office. This chart shows the average yearly growth rate of local versus state property and sales tax. As you can see, the collection of local taxes has grown at a rate of nearly 3.5 times that of state tax collection. Also, despite the infusion of federal dollars, there will be more cuts to the governor's budget. He's going back to the state agencies, some of which have already slashed their budgets by up to 10%. And this time around, the governor will ask the agencies to cut an additional 1% from their budgets. Now, coming up this Friday, Senate Minority Leader Robert Brown will hold a hearing on how cuts to agency budgets are already affecting local residents.
What's happening to, for example, in the Department of Children's Services? Are you seeing an increase in your enrollment? Have you had to change your objectives? What's actually going on with folk who are recipients of your services? My greatest fear is on two levels. One, that we will not be very smart with the way we spend the money that's coming in. And number two, that the people who have the greatest need will ultimately not be served.
It was apparent the tough news Governor Perdue had for us today was tough news for him to deliver. At one point when the governor spoke of future fiscal responsibility, he mentioned his grandchildren and said he hoped they would have something to show in the future from the steps taken today. Reporting live, I'm Valerie Edwards for Lawmakers.